Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. Hope everyone's keeping fine out there, and if you've had Grassroots football today, I hope you enjoyed it. It was Baltic, it was wet, it was windy, it was cold. To be honest, it was really, we were okay. We had a 9 o'clock kickoff and the rain had just stopped, to be honest. We thought we were going out to a real bad downpour. Made up, we got through the game before the rains come again, but it got colder as the day went on. So I'm commiserations to all the teams who were late to kick-offs. You could see the coldness in them, and obviously with the kids as well playing in that. But we all know kids do run round very, very quickly and get warm, whereas we're all stood on the touchlines getting very, very cold indeed. But managers are really up to date on this all the time now, watching for the kids who are getting cold and bringing them off, keeping them warm. Extra clothing, that is essential when you go out to games like this. You do need another top underneath. So well done to all our team and every other team that played today as well. And Davin Destroyers, well done, giving us a great game there. And I must admit, it was really enjoyable. Everyone performed, and the good thing about it, it's great to see under sevens shaking hands at the end. Yes, you could say, yeah, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, but everyone, every coach, every manager all knows it's very, very hard half the time to get kids shaking hands. No matter what you do, you can't force them, but they do. It was an enjoyable game, and so long as all the kids got equal time on the field of play and they all enjoyed it, then I'm happy as well. But it just shows you know, the equal time, it does work. I must admit, all the kids coming on and off and enjoying themselves, not even arguing, talking away to us, and we're explaining the situation to them. So well done to every team that got on the fields of play today. And if you're still playing now, which I doubt it very, very much, but kids are kids, they'll be out and about. If they find some greenery, they'll have a ball, they'll be kicking around, and mums and dads will be out there with them as well. I've seen them in the park in all weathers just playing football. So one of those things, it's going to get colder, and well done to the North Liverpool JFL for getting the games on. The committees doing a great job as normal and as always, and it's good to know that there's a league that can put on teams that have had cancellations due to the waterlogged pitches or the flooded pitches, shall we say. And we've had lots of snow, we've had the rain's coming in now, we've got this storm coming in tomorrow, which we all dread going into Monday. So let's just hope, yes, let's hope that everyone performs and enjoys these games within the weather that we're having at the moment. And it is the Winter League, we all know. But enjoyable, I enjoyed it today, and the North Liverpool, who also put on games on the 3G pitches for the teams that had cancellations. Well done to each and every one of you committee members to put games on so they can make up with fixtures, not just fixtures, for teams as well who are getting no games. We're talking about, I think, about 8 weeks up to now that teams have missed on the grass pitches. What can you do? You know, our day and age, there'd be no games cancelled, they'd be on there on the mud. Football was football, harder balls, honest to God, it was muddy, freezing, but we managed to play football. Anyway, not the day for it anymore because of health and safety issues and reasons, and it's all been drummed into everyone that you've got to cancel games. Like we did on Wednesday evening gone, we cancelled the game because of the zero temperatures forecast, and it did come in actually. But it did our kids no harm whatsoever from missing that training game. And so we're back on again next week, and hopefully we'll have a friendly for our team against Quarry Green Vipers. I think that's right. So we should enjoy it. We should have a good game, and the kids can enjoy it, and they go into our game as well. But as we say, the kids have got to be on top form to enjoy everything, and they've got to keep warm, and they've got to go to bed early. Remember that, kids, you have to go to bed early if you've got a game the following day, because it's no good turning up tired. It really isn't, because you can see, you can notice when the kids are tired, they just don't perform, they're not themselves. So if they're staying up late to watch football or films or playing on the games, on the consoles, now just tell them, that they need to get up early, so they have to go to bed at a reasonable time. So yeah, that's the way to be. So we're out and about again tomorrow. We don't know what weather to expect. We don't know whether games will go. If it really is bad and the youngsters' games are on, well, you can see and you can understand that these are going to be tremendous. Make your brollies, make sure the kids are wrapped up. Hypothermia can set in on a goalkeeper that's not performing in the game. What I mean by that is, if we don't concentrate and watch all the kids, making sure that they're all performing, making sure that they're keeping warm, because it is Baltic, and if the kids start cheering, like a good coach you'd notice, take the kid off. Even the referees are really good, and we can perform, we really can perform on a field of play, but goalies don't get in to that side of things, if you know what I mean. If their team is on top and really performing, they're ahead of the game, they just keep attack after attack. You're forgetting about the keeper who's not even touching the ball. So what we're trying to say is keep your eye on the keeper as well, because this day and age you've got to keep them on the toes. Make sure that they're moving, keep them moving, whatever you can to keep them going. But also check, they've got the nice gloves and all that now. So I'm happy, if you're happy and the kids are happy, that we're all making sure that they're all enjoying it. And it wasn't too cold today where you had to stop the games, but it did get colder. So later games, that's what I'm saying, they would have been infected. And obviously to our referees, who are absolutely freezing out there, who go on to their games, and they're not just doing one or two, it's probably 3 or 4. So they're staying on the pitches. Sometimes without a break, they're carrying on, so they're on the pitches right the way through. Okay, yeah, you could say, wow, they're getting paid for it though, but come on, you stood there, and you know when your feet start getting cold, the worst feeling in the world. Oh, and you can't wait towards the end. So yeah, well done to all the referees out there as well, and committee members who had games and put games on. But unfortunately, some of the committees aren't sitting again. They've got a fixture pile up. They can see it. It's a headache for them, because they're going to have midweek games, and that's what they don't really want, isn't it? Midweek games. Let's just see how these fare out, you know, because I think we've had a lot more rain than what we normally do, and we've only had a little bit of a cold snap at the moment, which was enough to put games off, I must admit, or training off, but the games went ahead today, thankfully. And I think, hopefully, if the weather forecasters have got this right, the weather is going to be okay for next week. The temperatures were rising up to 12s, I'm not too sure. That's what we heard about Saturday and Sunday. It was going to be a fine weekend, but now we hear about storms coming in. So whatever you are, be safe over these storms, by the way. I think it's tomorrow evening, so maybe we'll get away with it in the morning, fingers crossed. But rain wasn't forecast today, was it? But it came down. I don't know about your area. Let's know how your games went on marathonextraline.com. We're still hounding and pounding and banging a drum for more play, less pay, and that goes for everything in grassroots football. So if you're a company and you're selling, keep your prices down as much as you possibly can. If you're a company that sell hot dogs and burgers and you're a van and you're travelling around to football, keep your prices down and your cups of tea, please, for everyone who's travelling to grassroots football. Let's all work together. And if you're a company that own these hubs, definitely keep your prices down, because they're far too expensive at the moment, and we know the teams are struggling to pay the money. We really do. So if we can, please all work together. I will not say, you know, I used to call it the football family, but now I don't see it as the football family now, because people have broken away from it. They're all individualised, should we say. They're trying to run it all things different, instead of bringing people together like we've been doing since 2003 with Don't Cross the Line. We want to bring teams together, communities together, managers, committees, you name it, parents, everyone. We are trying to bring everyone together, making a difference on and off the field of play. So this year, don't forget, on the 6th of April that we've put in for, we're hoping to have our Respect Awareness Weekend, and it really is important to us to keep our referees within the game at grassroots level, because a lot of these referees are moving up as well, aren't they? How many referees do you know who really want to go as far as they can in refereeing, or how many do you know that referees, and there's nothing about this because just wanting to earn money and doing certain games, I suppose that's allowed as well, because you know, if you look at most of the experienced referees excuse me, that we have doing grassroots football, that's all they want to do at the moment. They don't want to move on because they've probably said, well, I'm coming towards the end of my career, I'm never going to make it into the Premier League or go into the North, when I say North, the Northern Leagues and things like this, and the National Leagues. They probably they're happy going to do grassroots football, and that's great because it brings them in some pocket money that they can go on holiday with as well. And this is why we bang the drum for our Respect Awareness Weekends. We want everyone, whether you just go to a friendly, whether it's a tournament, a league game, cup game, whichever it may be, we just want to show respect on and off the field of play. Can we do that, please? That's what we're asking you to do. Get behind our Respect campaign, excuse me, which is on the 6th of April. And we're looking forward to that one. And if you've got any ideas, we might put a little competition. Talk to your teams, talk to the kids, see what they can come up with. What can we do? Swap pennants on the day, making sure that we respect the referee. Can we give the referee a medal on the day? Why not? Why not indeed? Or as a thank you, something as a thank you from your club, your team, and present it to the referee on the day of the game. That's what we want to see, that's what we want to hear, and we just want friendly atmosphere on and off the field of play. Okay, we've got 8 minutes left of the show. Well done to Sophie, by the way, she's great. She's my coach here on Club DXTL under 7s, and not under 8s, because my lad does that, Michael. He's doing a great job there, and Butty, should we say, give him a mention as well. They're doing a fine job out there on the field of play, and their parents are very respective as well, and hopefully ours were today. I've had no reports, so I should imagine everyone has had a little bit of banter on the sidelines and kept the kids playing. But yeah, great to see. And if everyone's mixing together and talking together and being as one together, then I'm happy with that. So as should I say, you know, well done to the coaches there as well of Davenhill, and well done to all you coaches who braved the weather and got your teams all ready for the big kick-off today. We had a full team today. No one was sick, that's great. So, yeah, how are your teams doing? We know that this time of year kids get sick, and we did see someone with a nasty cough as well. But honestly, the performances out of the kids is brilliant. And I was talking yesterday, wasn't I, about our local kids, and I know what's happening on the Saturdays now, and you can see on social media there's a lot of struggling teams there now, because teams who have full academy kids are either folding or looking for new players for next season to join them, because I think your likes of Liverpool, Everton's, maybe all academy teams are starting to have academy games on the Saturdays now, and they've called all the teams in. So if you remember forecasting not so long ago, or many years ago should I say, that the academy clubs, or your football teams, your professional teams, are now trying to dominate the grassroots football side of things. So they're taking kids away now on the Saturday from all the friends at grassroots football, whereas they came up last year whereas academy kids could play at grassroots football, providing that they had proof from the club and they were okay to play in the teams. Now it's affecting a lot of teams who had academy players at the grassroots level, because they're putting their games on the Saturday, so it clashes with all league games within grassroots football. So what's your thoughts on that one? How do you feel if you're the coach, manager, and you've got a team that's unfortunately lost 4 or 5 players, or maybe a whole team, to the academies? How are you going to fare now? Where are you going to get your players from? Is the poaching still going on? I'd love to hear that. Come on, you could all, in fairness, you could all put your own honest opinions in there. And if it's affecting your team, what could we do about it to the professional clubs? What could we say to them? Because we were talking about kids not making it into local clubs, professional clubs yesterday. Now, is this their answer to say, well, we want more kids who are local to start making it into professional clubs? My worry is, my big worry is that all these kids in the academies who are playing on a Saturday and they're leaving grassroots football, we're talking about a very slim chance of all these kids making it into the professional level. So when the club's dealt with them and finished with them and they're not wanted anymore, what is going to happen to those kids? Because they're going to be devastated walking away from the club that they love, thinking that they possibly may one day play for their local club, their team, their boyhood team, the team that they support, they love with all their heart, and it's just going to devastate them when they're released by the local teams, the professional teams. I shudder to think how it will destroy them. Will they want to go back to grassroots football? Will they just think, I'm not wanted, I don't want to play this game anymore, I don't like it, I've been released, because they can't face being released from a professional club. And I think we're going to have that in the next couple of years of very disheartened kids who are being released by the local clubs. What age group do they release them, say they're no longer required by the club? They didn't make it into the team, unfortunately. Will they go back to grassroots football? That's the question. I'd love your thoughts on all these things that are happening within grassroots football. What are they? You know, how can we keep the prices down? What do we say to the professional clubs about taking the kids on a Saturday, and if there's Saturday leagues? I'm not too sure whether they're going to do exactly the same on Sunday, where they're going to have academy games, so that will leave all the weekends tied up, then no kids can come back from the academy to play in their grassroots football team with the mates, or are they all mates going into different academy teams? I don't know. I'd love your thoughts on everything that we brought up excuse me, today. Even the referees, I'd love your thoughts on the games that are going ahead. How have the sidelines been? Do you find it a lot better, or are you still getting a little bit of abuse? Come on, let us know, because we can monitor the situations there for you, because we want to make the game better all around. We want to bring people in together, as we have been doing, as I said, since 2003. We want to make the game better, and we can only do that with our supporters, the support of Don't Cross the Line, yourselves. I know there's individuals, organisations set up there now who are doing different things and want to do different things and get noted for it and take all the credit for it. That's great, not a problem with that. You know, we've been banging the drum since 2003 to bring people together. We've been doing that with the teams, with the managers, with the coaches, with the parents, with the committees, and with the referees. It makes a difference. Don't Cross the Line is obviously powerful, but a deterrent towards verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying within grassroots football. And our club, I only done that 2 years ago, and I believe that we've been successful, and obviously we've managed to let's say take out a few parents. They walked away with the clubs, with their kids, because they are not suitable for the club. We take action, we have to, because we don't want irate spectators or parents within our team or within our club. We just want everyone to be friendly on the sidelines, and especially the kids, so we're drumming it in to the kids, and they can only get better. Do you know what? I still talk to and I've mentioned it a few times, to the kids that I used to have many years ago, who've all grown up and got their own kids, and they are now in football teams, and I still get on with them. It's brilliant to see. They all play for me, and you know what? They're very respected adults. They are, and they got their kids with great attitudes. You meet their kids, you'll see what I mean. The way they're brought up, just absolutely fantastic, and this is what I love about it. And these kids are no different that I've got today, that I'm working very well with. Honestly, I love to go and watch the under-8s, and I love to go and run with Sophie the under-7s at the moment, and the attitudes are coming in, the attitudes are changing, and we're making the kids better players. Honestly, not just on the football pitch, they are developing, and they're developing their own time, but we have to drum it in. And sometimes some managers, some coaches get sick and tired of repeating themselves and watching. But I'd say we've had it really, really tough this year, only with the kids, because the kids have started from scratch where they couldn't kick a ball, couldn't pass a ball, but they're working together as a team, and that makes a massive difference. Honestly, it really, really does. And I can see the development in them, and the parents, the mums and dads who have stayed with us and kept their kids with us, can see the difference, and they say it every week. They can see the difference in their child and the way they are on a football pitch. And it's lovely to see. Honestly, we've had the hardest kids, no, through no fault of their own. They're only 6 years of age, they're developing, but they still need to be reminded, and we need to be respected by them. If they start arguing with us, they won't get in the team. They know it, they're starting to realise that they are part of an up and coming team. They really, really are. And we know that players will want to get into the club. It's respected, we're well run, and we want to be part of leagues that are well run as well. It's simple as that. So any of you coaches, managers out there, referees even, committee members, give us a message, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. Let me know how your team's going, how teams are in your league, how the parents are, the spectators on the sidelines at the moment. Are things improving, or do we need to do more? And I know that that video going around off the FA about the parent who's been banned, the kid doesn't want to play football anymore because the parent couldn't hold their own on the sidelines. And it's only fact, isn't it? You've got to encourage the team to play football. You've got to encourage the kids who are playing football, and you need also to educate and encourage the parents who come on board within your team and within your league. And they can be. They are respected because they know it's their kids who are developing within football. And we're hopefully doing a good job for your kids. But honestly, we talk to all the kids and the parents at the Jeffrey Humble and on the sidelines as well. And we have some great banter with them. And obviously they understand that they want their kids, first and foremost, they'd love to see their kids in a professional team. But I think a lot of them will just stand back and leave it to the coaches and the managers out there, and they'll be respectable towards your team, towards your players, towards the referees and the committee members as well. So once again, one big thank you to all the NFL, North Liverpool JFL League, who have put on a great league today. Well done. They've got all the games on there who were cancelled because of the grass pitches being unsuitable for them, but they played in the league, on their league games, on the 3G pitches. So well done, and it was great to be out and about today and showing and seeing loads of respect on and off the field of play. Well done to all the teams there today, and if you've got anything to say, please don't forget, please get in touch with us, mal@don'ttexttheline.com, and we can talk about, discuss it, and if you want me to, I can get you in on the show anytime you want to, and we'll talk about grassroots football. Thanks for being part of the show today. From myself, Mal Lane, all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, No Ref, No Game, and Hearts of Gold initiatives. We'll be back again tomorrow evening by 7 o'clock. Myself, good night, God bless.